this woman in marriage.
Mother in there.
Dearly beloved, we are present today because you, in one way or another, have been a part of Mike and Jessie's life. On behalf of Jessie and Mike, a heartfelt welcome to all. In marriage, two people turn to each other in search of a greater fulfillment than either can achieve alone. Marriage is a bold step taken together into an unknown future. It is risking who we are for the sake of who we can be. Only in giving of ourselves fully and sharing our lives with another can the mysterious process of growth take place. Two among us who have stood apart come together now to declare their love, to be united in marriage. The words we say today have no magic or prophetic powers. The power of the wedding vows is merely a reflection of a reality that already exists in the hearts and minds of Jessie and Mike. Mike and Jessie, nothing I can say or nothing you can say to each other will ensure a long and happy, satisfying, committed marriage. Only your love for one another and your integrity to make your commitment real can do that. Michael Morgan Gartner, the woman who stands by your side is going to be your wife. She will look to you for comfort, for support, for love, for understanding, for encouragement, and for protection. You must never take her for granted and always stand by her for good or ill. Jessica Claire Miner, the man who stands by your side is going to be your husband. He will look to you for comfort, for support, for love, for understanding, for encouragement, and for your protection. You must never take him for granted and always stand by him for good or ill. In the tradition of wedding ceremonies, if there is anyone who has a reason that these two should not marry, speak now or forever hold your tongue. Then we shall proceed. Kimberly Michelle Gartner, my daughter, Michael's sister, will now present two parallel readings for you to ponder.
All right, everyone, please be seated. The first reading is entitled One Stick, Two Stick. A particularly kindly El Buto gave me this story. In the story, an old man is dying and calls his people to his side. He gives a short, sturdy stick to each of his many offspring, wives, and relatives. Break the stick, he instructs them. With some effort, they all break their sticks in half. This is how it is when a soul is alone without anyone. They can be easily broken. The old man gives each of his kin another stick and says, "This is how I would like you to live after I pass. Put your sticks together in bundles of 2 or 3. Now break these bundles in half." No one can break the sticks when there are 2 or more in a bundle. The old man smiles. We are strong when we stand with another soul. When we are with another, we cannot be broken. That reading was One Stick, Two Stick from a book entitled Women Who Run with the Wolves by Dr. Clarissa Pinkold Estes. The second reading is a Bible story from the book of Ecclesiastes. Mike and Jessie, this story too tells the story of two people who support one another and give comfort to each other. The last verse talks about a threefold cord. This represents the two of you with God. Together, each other, and God's love, You'll have the strength and the ability to really celebrate those joys in life and to endure any of the challenges that come your way. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up the other. But woe to one who is alone and falls and does not have another to help. Again, if two lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though one might prevail against another, two will withstand one. A threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Thank you, Kim. I've been asked to say a few words as well. I know to keep it short and light, assuming I can muster the composure to say anything at all when standing before my only son and his beautiful bride. Even as I sat down to write this, I had to fight back the tears welling up in my eyes. I love you, Michael Morgengartner. And Jessica Clare-Miner, I could not be more proud than to welcome you to my sometimes crazy, mixed-up family. I know this isn't the venue for deep thoughts, but as you have discovered in your few years together, life takes us deep. There is nothing easy about earning a living in the 21st century, finding a place to live, deciding on careers, raising Doc Watson, or making the daily decisions that are the stuff of life. There is nothing brief or light in merging two lives, two sets of dreams, two extended families, and two distinct personalities. You know your families and friends are there for you. They have traveled across this country to stand here with you. But in the deep places, it is really just the two of you. So I would be remiss if I did not offer some advice for a happy marriage. I decided to poll some of your family and guests here today and share with you what they think is good advice for a long and lasting and happy marriage. So Jessie, when your father married your mother, Grandpa Donnie offered these words of advice. Your father wishes to pass them on to you and Michael. Practice patience and perseverance. Michael, your grandma, C.O. Gartner's advice to her children at their wedding was dance and laugh often. Enjoy life together. Others have offered numerous suggestions. I abbreviated or combined some thoughts, but you will get the point, I think. Pull in the same direction. Two horses or two people pulling in the same direction can move mountains. Remember, you're on the same team. Embrace each other's strengths and forgive each other's weaknesses. Save money and memories. Be willing to make sacrifices. Be willing to share the TV remote. Listen intently to hear what is said as well as what is not said. Respect and appreciate each other. Based upon what I've observed so far, you two are well on your way to utilizing many of these suggestions already. And there are many who desire to be with you today, but for a variety of reasons cannot be here. To mention a few, PJ and Jessica Martin, who are fighting a medical battle, Michael and Jessie's friends who are dealing with floods from the Boulder area, and any other special people that come to your mind. I ask that we take a moment to send a prayer or thought in their direction. Michael and Jessie, we are at the point where you will exchange vows and rings. So, Michael, would you please express your vows to Jessie?
I, Michael Gartner, affirm my love to you, Jessie G, as we have and will continue to have a beautiful life together. I love you with all my heart. You are my best friend. I promise to encourage you, inspire you, laugh and cry with you, to ski and to climb with you. I will always be there for you. I promise to comfort you in times of good and bad. I vow to be honest, caring, and grow old by your side. These things I give to you today and all the days of our lives.
Jessie, you may now express your vows to Michael.
Mike, I come to you with my whole heart. I vow to help you love life, to always hold you with tenderness, and to have the patience that love demands. To speak when words are needed, and to share the silence when they are not. I promise to be honest and caring, and to grow old by your side. This is not the end of a search, it's the beginning of a new adventure.
Michael and Jessie, since it is your intention to marry, join your hands and declare that these are your intentions. Michael, do you take Jessie, Jessica Claire Minor, to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day on, for better or for worse, for richer for poorer, in sickness and in health, until the end of time?
I do, unconditionally.
And Jessie, you take Michael Morgan Gardner to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day on, for better for worse, for richer for poorer, in sickness and in health, until the end of time.
I do, unconditionally.
They both said, I do, unconditionally, if you couldn't hear. So, with that, Doc Watson, Doc, wait up. Doc Watson, bring the rings to Jessie and Michael, please. The wedding ring symbolizes unity, a circle unbroken, without beginning or an end. And today, Michael and Jessie, you will exchange these rings as confirmation of your vows to join your lives, to work at times to create a life that is complete and unbroken, and to love each other unconditionally. May the Lord God bless these rings which you have, which you will give to each other as a symbol of your love and fidelity. Michael, take Jessica's ring and place it on Jessie's finger and state your pledge to her, repeating after me. This ring, which has no beginning and no end,
This ring, which has no beginning and no end,
symbolizes the love and trust between us
symbolizes the love and trust between us
that will never cease.
that will never cease.
May its presence on your hand
May its presence on your hand
remind you of my love and vows.
remind you of my love and vows.
I place it on your finger as a visible sign
I place it on your finger as a visible sign
of the promises which will make us husband and wife.
of the promises that will make us husband and wife.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Jessie, take Mike's ring and place it on Michael's finger and state your pledge to him, repeating after me. This ring, which has no beginning and no end,
This ring, which has no beginning and no end,
symbolizes the love and trust between us
symbolizes the love and trust between us
that will never cease.
that will never cease.
May its presence on your hand
May its presence on your hand
remind you of my love and vows.
remind me of your love and vows.
I place it on your finger as a visible sign
I place it on your finger as a visible sign
of the promises which will make us husband and wife.
of the promises which will make us husband and wife.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Jessica Claire Miner and Michael Morgan Gartner, you have given and pledged your promises to each other and have declared your everlasting love by exchanging the rings and vows. Your vows may have been spoken in minutes, but your promises to each other will last until the end of time. Until now, Michael and Jessie, you have spent each moment of your lives as separate individuals. But from this day on, and every day after this day, shall be shared and spent as one family. As they have pledged themselves to meet sorrow and happiness as one family before God, before family members, and before this community of friends, by the power enthroned in me, I now pronounce them husband and wife. You may now kiss for the first time as husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Gartner. One more thing. To paraphrase Dr. Seuss, at the request of Jessie, be your name Miner or Gartner, or both you may say, you are off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
I don't think we have. I don't think.